Hey everyone, it's Medina Create. Tonight we'll be talking about why I should start a sketchbook. So I bought this new sketchbook by Art Creation. I think it's really cool because it was about $7.50 in the local store. They had really huge discounts. So now I finally could start a new sketchbook after I had filled the previous one. I think I filled the previous one in about 2 years or even more than that. Although usually I spend like a couple of months to complete a sketchbook. But anyway, here's me unpacking it. Here is a stand that I used to film this video. It was really challenging to get the right angle. I've already filled the first pages, so it's not really starting the sketchbook. It's the third page, I think. But anyway, I used brush pens, and also gel pens for this one. And yeah, I think now you can see me draw while I can talk about why I should start a sketchbook. So first of all, how I started my first sketchbook. I think I started it when I was like 12, but it was like a real sketchbook. Before that, I had like albums for drawing, and I think you could count that as a sketchbook, but not really, because most of the kids draw and it's not that big of a deal. But the time when I bought myself a sketchbook, really thinking about actually having a sketchbook like all of those bloggers at the time, it was really when I was 12. I think I was in a plein air with my art school and stuff. And as I said, all those art bloggers were really hyping at the time, like all those sketchbook tours and stuff. I always dreamed to make one and have a sketchbook where I could do different stuff, like do sketches or environmental studies, anything. And I think it was a red art creation sketchbook. And at the time, I wasn't really conscious about what I'm using this sketchbook for, because most of the times I was doing almost finished pieces, I made finished pieces in it using gouache, all kind of markers and stuff. And for me, it wasn't really a sketchbook, but more like an art book where I could draw anything and just in a small format and stuff. And after that, I had a lot of different sketchbooks, like all of them were from different brands. And also at the time, I remember myself making my own sketchbooks, like I sewn the paper myself and made my own cover and also decorated it. It was really fun and stuff. But still, I wasn't really conscious about what exactly I'm using the sketchbook for. Although I pretty much did the thing that I needed, but without the realization. So what's the use of a sketchbook? Of course you can do anything you want, but it's just my recommendation of how you could use it and do it more effectively. So here's a kind of a brief list of what you should do in a sketchbook. So it's sketching, drafting, and noting. When I say noting, it shouldn't be really like actually writing down something, but more like visually or as a text, noting your ideas. First of all, when I say sketching, I mean sketching from observation mostly, because that is really helping for your observation skills and also just learning to put what you see into your drawing, if that makes sense. And also, I have to mention study. When I say making a study, it's more like, for example, you can take any object and then break down its construction, maybe its values, just anything, like drawing for learning and stuff. So for example, you can also take someone's drawing and break down like how did they do all the values or colors and construction, line art and stuff. So that would be a study. That is a great thing to do in your sketchbook, because you can make any mistake and stuff, and that is okay, because it's not a finished piece. You are learning, making sketches, and you don't have to be only a beginner to use a sketchbook. Even the masters and pro artists also use it. And the next thing is drafting. When I say drafting, it's pretty much the same as sketching, but in this case, I mean more like your ideas. So if you have a concept, an idea, just anything, then you could put it in your sketchbook and just make exploration sketches or just drafting and stuff, and just finding whatever you want to achieve. It is really important for any creator, like writer, artist or anything, to have your ideas in one place. Of course, you can also use your phone, just your notes app, but sketchbook is a really good option for that, because you can also make visual sketches, like visual drafts, ideas and stuff. You can note them all and have them all in one space. And visualizing your ideas is really important as well, because sometimes you might think that this idea is really cool, and I wonder maybe one time I'm going to turn it into life and stuff. However, when you actually put down your idea onto paper and see what it really looks like, and explore what else can you do with this concept, maybe you could find even something better and more by exploring what else can you do with this idea. Next up, we have freedom. What I mean by that is a sketchbook really should be a place for you to be absolutely free of any judgment, neither by yourself or someone else. So a sketchbook could become a place for you to be more brave and bold in your drawings. For example, if you would use a separate piece of paper, there's still some pressure in it that you should make it look good and it should be a finished piece and stuff. Or if you'd use a canvas or something like that. In the sketchbook, you really shouldn't have any pressure to do anything. You can do whatever you want, however you want, and you don't need to finish it if you don't want to. That's kind of an issue for someone that, oh my god, I can't even finish a page in my sketchbook and stuff. But that is absolutely okay. That is your sketchbook. So you should feel free to make any mistake, to do anything you want in it. It is your sketchbook. And also, we have consistency. Although for someone, filling up a sketchbook can be really pressuring, and even drawing every day can be pressuring, a sketchbook can be an opportunity for you to start drawing every day. I mean, maybe not every day, but probably a lot more frequent. Now, how do I use my sketchbooks? Right now I have quite a few. I mean, I have a new A5 sketchbook, as I said before, and also my new A4 sketchbook. Besides that, I have my current sketchbook, which is A5, and its paper is a lot more thinner than the art creation. And also I have a purple sketchbook that I kind of left behind. And right now I use them all for different purposes. I use the current one with thin paper to make drafts, like I give myself full freedom to draw whatever I want. And it's pretty cheap too. I mean, it's not too expensive either. And most of the times I like to make my notes for my animated short film. I like to make notes about the plot and also just character design, some exploration sketches, and also I make some observation sketches there, just anything I want. I also draw sketches for Instagram too. And the A4 sketchbook, I think I'm going to use a lot more frequently because it's a lot bigger than the previous one, I mean the current one. So, I mean, you could see that most of the figures that I draw don't really fit in the format, which is kind of annoying for me because oftentimes my characters' hair and also their shoes don't really fit in the format. So I don't think that I'm going to have this problem now. Now, to the conclusion, why you should use a sketchbook. You can use it for sketching, noting, drafting, and doing basically anything you want to become more bold and brave in your drawings. I also forgot to mention that if you draw in the sketchbook, for example, with only a pen and stuff like that, then, as I said, you'll be a lot more brave. And if you could kind of transfer that boldness into your actual finished pieces, then I think you could notice that your drawing skills have improved since then. So I think that's all I wanted to say for tonight. I hope that this was helpful and maybe inspirational for you to maybe start a sketchbook if you haven't before, or maybe you could continue drawing in your sketchbook with more inspiration and motivation, I guess. And from now on, you're going to see me drawing in almost real time. I mean, I made some cuts, but I think it's not too critical. And yeah, you can just draw with me or maybe just watch me drawing. All of my links are in bio. I don't really post much on Patreon right now, but you can still donate me on Ko-Fi if you want to, or even just a like under this video or a dislike, and a follow would be really cool. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye.